In the story of Gulliver's travels, the Lilliputians, who were tiny, tied down Gulliver as he slept on the beach, as he seemed to them to be a giant. Now, in British politics, the Munchkins have finally got their way against Boris Johnson, overruling the electorate and chasing him out of Parliament. It's extraordinary how parties like getting rid of their successful leaders, Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair, Boris Johnson, never defeated by the electorate, but brought down by their own parties. He brought an 80-seat majority to the Conservative Party. He delivered on Brexit. He led the world in its support for Ukraine against the illegal Russian invasion. He led an enviable vaccine rollout which enabled the British economy to open up before many of its counterparts. And he has the most extraordinary charisma that electorates connect to him. People stop their cars to get out and shake him by the hand, which I'm sorry to tell you they don't do to most other politicians. And this inevitably created an element of jealousy about him, a feeling that he was too tall a poppy, that he was Gulliver and we were Lilliputians. Of course, even Boris made mistakes. It would be absurd to pretend otherwise. He made errors of judgment, and he is a big figure, not necessarily always on the detail. But the consequences of trivial errors have been entirely disproportionate. And this is because of the disease we identified not long after State of the Nation launched, known as Boris spongiform encephalopathy. It is an extraordinary affliction of the mind, suffered particularly by those living in Islington with a penchant for European bureaucracy, who find him so enormously irritating that rational political thought and processing goes out of the window. They have to go for Boris, and they were determined to get him. And once again, he's shown why he is rather a good politician, because by taking the Chiltern Hundreds, or actually the other manor which gets you out of Parliament, he's escaped their clutches with one bound. And that's left his lefty opponents even more furious. Their fury is palpable because Boris has got out of Parliament. He's never been defeated by the voters. And if he gets back into Parliament, he may be in pole position to be leader of the party in future.